Hello and welcome to another video. So, today's video topic is going to be about art block, specifically what art block means to me and the steps that I have taken to overcome it. In my opinion, art block happens when I start to compare myself to my previous work, especially when something that I have made is well received. So, I make something and people really like it and people really enjoy it. And I am so paralyzed with fear that nothing that I make can ever live up to this last thing that I cannot move forward and make the next thing. So, whenever this happens, and it happens to me a lot, whenever I am proud of a project, whenever I feel like I've done well, whenever I feel like the message that I needed to convey has been conveyed properly, all of a sudden, when I start to work on the next thing, it becomes impossible. This becomes an impossible hurdle for me to overcome. And when that happens, what I need to do is put away my imaginary projects. So, these are my tips on how I find it helpful to overcome art block. You can draw literally whatever is in front of you. You draw your room, draw your art materials, your hands, whatever you see. Clear your mind and just work. Try drawing from a different perspective. Lie on the ground and draw your room from your pet's point of view or something. With all the media we consume these days, we can't help but be influenced by what we take in, which is why I try to be very mindful about what I'm taking in. Sometimes what you see, read, or hear burrows itself into your mind and you can't think of anything else. So get it out of your head and onto the page, and who knows where that might lead. In school, they required us to try so many different mediums. That's where I learned that different art supplies have different personalities that will affect the final outcome of what you're making. So play, explore, and let that medium guide you and teach you something new. Whenever I'm at a loss for what to draw, I look at the work of what other artists around me have made and I copy it. I got this idea from Austin Kleon's book, Steal Like an Artist. It's not a new concept. People have been copying great works of art for ages in order to learn how to paint. But Austin says a wonderful flaw about human beings is that we are incapable of making perfect copies. Which is so true. Even when I try to replicate my own work, it never turns out exactly the same. So what's the point in copying then? Well, Austin goes on to say, our failure to copy our heroes is where we discover where our own thing lives, and that's how we evolve. The idea is to copy the work that you admire, learn from it, and allow it to transform you and make it your own. This is a learning exercise. You allow other people's work to teach you and to show you where you fall short and where you need to grow and improve. The goal is to find your voice and not be an imitation of somebody else. Sometimes all we can do is show up, and it might not work out. We can try all the different tips and tricks, but if we really don't feel like making anything that day, then you're not gonna make anything. So whether it works out or not, it's not the end of the world. Just relax, take it easy on yourself, and try again tomorrow.